Filipinos come to the U.S. because the U.S. comes to them in the history of colonization.
I did my PhD in history at NYU. I've been, writing and researching, about Filipino American communities for a long time, and I just started, finding all this kind of material here and there about Filipinos in Brooklyn, and I wasn't sure what to do with it, how to put it all together. I thought, oh God, is anyone going to want to come out on a Saturday or a Sunday to come hear about Filipino sailors? Anybody care about this? And it's just been so overwhelming to see people in the community coming out, wanting to hear these stories, sharing, telling their friends, telling their students, and so for me, it's been really, it's been really special.
I do get irritated by the way people use the word community sometimes. I don't like when people say things like the Filipino community, as if there's only one and everyone feels the same way about all the same things, right? And so, as now and historically, we have a lot of diversity within our communities and lots of different groups and lots of different people.
Why did you title the tour Blood and Water?
Yeah, Blood and Water means a couple things, right? Blood is about community and kinship and family, but it's also about colonialism and white supremacy. And so for Filipino American history, those two things go together. Water's about the setting, right? Obviously, we're here on the waterfront. Many of these people were sailors and lived and worked here, and that's really our main connection that we have to this community. The last physical remnant, right, is the water, this thing that we share. And so thinking about those two things together, I also hope it's a name that's a little bit provocative, that gets you kind of wondering what this is going to be about, right?
Sure.
That's why I went with Blood and Water.
And so these questions of imperialism, of colonization, of citizenship and immigration, these are all, this is not just history, right? These are things that are happening today, and things where we can think about.
I know what people take away from your tour. What do you take away from giving these tours?
What I take away from these tours is that people need to hear this history, and that it is really something that people are not getting outside of this. So I just talked to a man who told me about how his father was a sailor and he came here. This guy was 75 years old, and he said, I've never heard anyone talk about this history, and he was like tearing up. And so it's nice, this is my family's story, but it's also other people's family stories, and so it's really great to present this to people and do it in an authentic way.